The 8th year anniversary is upon us, and obviously I'm going to talk about the things that I would really like to come to Dead by Daylight in this year. Now, I do want to preface that these are obviously my opinions, and some things may be changed in my opinions as time goes on, or that even that it is my opinion, so it's not that big of a deal if you disagree. And if you do disagree, feel free to talk about it down below. I am more than down to see what you think about these things. But let's go ahead and get into it. First and foremost, we need to talk about more quality of life into this game. It is a very old game, getting to 8 years, and we haven't seen a lot of structural changes overall, and I don't expect a lot of major ones to happen. But I do want to talk about some things that I think do need to be addressed in some way to make the game feel a little bit better. Obviously, we still need a better solo queue experience. It is still kind of rough, and the only thing I think that is necessary at this point, because there's never going to stop the fact that people are going to play differently or play however they want. We just need to see their perks. Let us see our teammates' perks. That's all I want. I don't care where. It can be in the game, and it can be toggled. It can be in the loading screen, or it can be in the lobby screen. I think it could easily be put in the loading screen, though, because I don't think that's coded that hard. You guys are able to change it very often. So I think that'd be the easiest place to put it. And if people choose to crash their game, they trash their game or whatever. But I think it'll be best overall. I think it'll be a better experience for all of the solo queue players to know what their teammates are doing or what they might not be doing. Now, the blood web still needs improvements. It has changed a lot in the last few years. It's definitely gotten a lot better, but it's still got some issues. It is still agonizingly slow to progress through the levels. I understand that hitting the auto level does help a lot, but there's some other issues with that. We need to be able to prioritize certain things in these blood webs so that I can just hit the auto level up instead of choosing where I need to go and then auto leveling. And obviously I hope they can somehow speed it up in general. I just don't know how much faster they can really do it, unless making it truly instant when you click the button. We desperately need an update to dailies, and I really want them to add weeklies as well. Dailies are very outdated, they're very simple, and they need to be a little bit different and more complex to make it a lot more interesting to do those dailies. I usually ignore the living crap out of them. Usually the survivor dailies are very boring and lame. They're always like, escape with this survivor, do a gen with this survivor. It's boring. It's stupid. Because all survivor gameplay is the same, and then escaping with a certain survivor is so hard to predict on when that's going to happen, because you need to not only play well yourself, but you need your other people to play well, and you need a killer to mess up. So it makes things very complicated to do those things, and I think that's a problem. I just hope that we can transition to a better daily system that works better and fits into DBD still, while being more like other games in this era. That is really it, really. Nothing too crazy. I think that's the main things I want for quality of life this year. I know some of them are going to take years to do, but in theory, we can hope, right? Right? Okay. Now, I have some collabs that aren't chapters I want talked about. They aren't necessarily unable to be chapters, but I think they're more likely to fit as non-chapters, as cosmetics and etc., than as a full chapter. First, obviously, I can't even stress how much this would be amazing. Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo would be amazing. I would love either legendary cosmetics for the obviously human characters. It would kind of shaft Scooby, which kind of sucks. Or we could do outfits based off the characters. That way, we can even have Scooby in as some kind of onesie or something for one of the survivors, or even all base game survivors. I think that'd be even better. That'd be so sick. Oh my gosh. I just thought of that. Oh my lordy. But that'd be one very cool way to get people who love Scooby-Doo, which is a large number of the community, is our first introduction to horror. It is a very old franchise, one that all of us have seen growing up, at least not all of us, but most of us. And I think it'd be a good way to represent, you know, the start of our interest into horror. I would love more Stranger Things. I think everyone would. At this point, Stranger Things was the most popular chapter. I think it even beat Resident Evil. I don't know for sure. I have to do research, and I'm not doing that right now. But we need more. We need it now. But I think, obviously, legendary cosmetics for the adult characters would be amazing. We don't need a full chapter for that. Robin, Eddie, Joyce, Hopper, obviously anyone else. We could even get Billy, I guess. I don't care. I just want more characters to be able to play as. We only have Jonathan, Nancy, and Steven, and it'd be nice to have more. I would definitely be a Robin main. Don't at me. And technically, at this point, because the show's been going on for so long and the kids have grown up, we could see the kids as survivors in Dead by Daylight. They could potentially be better for a full chapter instead of having them be as more legendary cosmetics, but, you know, we get what we get, right? Lastly, if the rumors are true and we do get Vecna for this anniversary chapter, a Vecna version of that Vecna from Stranger Things would be awesome. That is it. That is all for Stranger Things. Now, obviously this goes without saying, I want more bands and celebs. That'd be great. I don't have a lot of bands off the top of my head at this moment. I don't know what would be a good fit because it would be translated differently, obviously because of how they got translated originally, like Iron Maiden and Slipknot. But I think that more bands would be awesome. As a metal fan, I think it'd be nice to see more. Jack Black, come on. We want Jack Black. I don't care. He can be a full legendary cosmetic for Nick Cage, or he could have his own chapter. Either or, let's do it. I'm here for it. Now, what would I want for a full chapter? First, I want to mention a original chapter idea that I think I would love, and I think a lot of people might hate, honestly. But I think it would be really cool for the game overall. Please give us a spider killer. Please, please, please. I want it so bad. I love spider-themed things. I don't know why I do. I just do, and I've been wanting a spider-themed killer for so long. I don't know if they would be just a character who had spider abilities. Maybe they're like an evil Spider-Man or something. Or it could be like a spider person, half spider, half person, half spider thing. You know, like a Quelaag from Dark Souls. I think that'd be a very good fit as well. I think, honestly, having a Drider would fit very well. I know it would give us another thing that's not bipedal as a killer, which would be cool. I know some people probably wouldn't vibe with it, and I get it. I know people are afraid of spiders. It's the most common phobia. I get it. But we already have spiders in everything. So, I mean, you're not going to get away from it just because you play another horror game. Now, what do I think the power would work? Obviously, it would have some kind of webbing power. I don't know exactly what it would be. I haven't thought deeply about it, but it'd be really cool to have. Maybe you can web up people, slow them down until they get stuck, and then you can interstate them. Or it could be a poison power. It could be our first damage over time killer, because we don't really have one of those right now. I mean, you can count Trickster, I guess, and Plague, kind of, but not necessarily, you know? I don't know how they would balance such a thing, but it'd be a cool, interesting thing that they could add to it. And then, obviously, I think it'd be really cool if we had an inverse Xeno thing, where, at least on all outdoor maps, I don't know how it would work on indoor maps, but all outdoor maps, we could have webbing on the top of the skybox. Not the top, but at the skybox, where they could, like, jump up and crawl across. It wouldn't be used for any kind of stealth, unlike Xeno, because you could obviously see them coming, but it'd be a really cool way to do something like that, I think. I think it'd be a very interesting way to have a power that interacts with the map in a way like that. And then besides having a spider-themed killer, because I'm spoiled and I really want it, I just want to see monstrous killers. You know, the things, vampires, zombies, werewolves, etc. You know, the things we're used to seeing as monsters, doing the bad, doing the murder in the, you know, whatever. I think that'd be cool. Very simple, nothing crazy. The one licensed chapter that I personally would like for this next year, even though most people probably won't like it, is Resident Evil. Again, I know, Resident Evil, again, who the fuck wants more Resident Evil? Me. I love Resident Evil. Don't judge me. I think it'd be a good idea to get Lady D as a killer. I know there was concepts forever ago about that, and I also have a video on it. But I'm not going to talk a lot about it because of said video. But I do also think the rest of the RE cast would be amazing. We still need Ashley, Ethan, or Rose, whichever, and whatever other people are missing from Dead by Daylight. Otherwise, that's all I want for chapters. Nothing too crazy. I don't have a lot of ideas. I mostly just play the game. I'm not a genius. Now for game modes, there's two that I think would be very interesting to explore within the next year, or maybe even sooner, depending on however long it takes to do these things. I want to see what 2v8 would feel like. I don't know if it'd be good or bad or balanced. I am not experienced in that kind of gameplay to know if it would be bad for the game or how it would feel on either side. It'd be kind of cool to have a killer to work with, but also that weird like 5v5 thing that they had could also work. I just don't know what would be best. And then obviously I would love a first-person Survivor. I think that'd be the most fun that you can have as Survivor, besides Bully and Killer, which is also kind of fun. I say this as a killer main. Now, I think that having First person on Survivor can add a lot of depth, and it can have a lot of more intrigue to the gameplay. It would add fear back into Survivor, something that we haven't really had since we first started the game. Even Lights Out didn't do that for me. I was able to adapt to it very quickly, and I just played very differently than I did now, especially since I'm have hearing loss and have to have the visual heartbeat. So I had to actually like use my eyes and pay a lot more attention. And I think this would be similar, but it'd be a lot more harder to keep track of your surroundings, and it'd make it a lot more interesting. I don't know how they would balance it perfectly, because obviously the killers would get a buff from this. So I don't know what they would do to make it feel better. Also, I don't think killers should get third person. I think that'd be really bad. I will make the exception. Chucky should get first for the funny. But that's it. That's all, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe you guys have different opinions. Go ahead and leave it down below. Otherwise, please hit the like button if you liked, and subscribe if you want to see more Dead by Daylight content. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.